Good afternoon, everybody. Big Mike back here with you once again. Coming up on Big Mike Talks for today, not covering any active wrestling. That'll be returning on Monday. For today, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. As I got written down here, it's my Pro Wrestling Wishlist for 2026. Now, we'll see what happens with it. This is kind of a predictions / wish list for what I want to see in 2026 from a myriad of different promotions, which I definitely all for. Let's get into this one. Gonna start off with an honorable mention. I've had it on my list a couple of times going back. I want to see a pro wrestling TV channel. And I know cable is kind of being filtered out for streaming. I just want to see maybe some smaller promotions get together. Be like, oh, we're going to start this channel. Either on cable, you can do it, whatever streaming service. So we can watch a whole bunch of different stuff. I feel like that would be pretty cool. Now, let us get to the list at hand. Starting off number 10, a non-WWE Super Show. Obviously, WWE has its WrestleMania, and, with WrestleMania going to Saudi Arabia, there's some of the smaller promotions that maybe aren't going to travel like that to have a show WrestleMania week, which is one of the crazier weeks of the year. So instead, I think what's going to happen is we're going to have AEW with a show, and they're going to invite a whole bunch of different promotions in to, celebrate wrestling as it should be. I shouldn't say that, but you know what I mean. So, I just want to see a big WrestleMania level non-WWE Super Show. Number 9, Keith Lee's return to the ring. I miss seeing this dude wrestle. He was one of the more underrated dudes. I know he's dealing with whatever injury or whatever heart problem. I hope we can get that figured out because I want to see this man in the ring. Number 8, this is just kind of a fun one I put on. It is a return / debut of a 24/7 style title. And this goes for any promotion. If WWE wants to bring it back, that's fine. AEW, I know they got a ton of titles. And I know DDT over in Japan has the heavy metalweight title, which is pretty much 24/7 title. But I'm going to say this. I miss the chaos that the 24/7 title brought. Like, you never know who's going to end up with it. Obviously, it's going to change hands pretty much every night, but I kind of miss it. I know that's a little weird for me to say. I know it's not this big, prestigious title, but I miss it. So seeing it come back, or for WWE, or for it to debut in another promotion, I'd be happy. Number 7, AJ Styles wrestles in TNA one last time. Obviously, we did see AJ Styles make his TNA return at Slammiversary, endorsing the current X Division champion, Leon Slater. With AJ's retirement seemingly imminent, I mean, he said 2026 will be his last. I would like to see AJ wrestle one last time in TNA. And it doesn't have to be a long feud. It could just be a one-off against Moose. Or maybe Leon Slater, someone like that. I feel like that would be a lot of fun. And it could be a nice little stamp for the place that AJ Styles built. Like, for real, TNA put the promotion on AJ's back, and he carried that promotion for a while. So I'd just like to see that as a massive AJ Styles fan. Just see him come back for one last run. Number 6, an AEW on-screen matchmaker. Now, I'm not saying authority figure. I'm not saying GM. I'm saying when a challenge is announced by 2 or more participants, this matchmaker comes out, says, "Let me talk to Tony Khan," and then a little later on, they announce the match. I feel like that would add to AEW's presentation a little, and honestly, I think they need to stop the Tony Schiavone announcing the match on commentary, and then you have the image of the match ready to go. I feel like that takes away from the importance of the match. No offense to Schiavone. I love him. But I feel like an on-screen official that's like an extension of Tony Khan would be really, really good. And a name I'm going to throw into the hat, a guy who is about to leave the WWE, not sign a new Legends deal, Mick Foley. I think he would be perfect for that role. Number 5, Chris Jericho's Royal Rumble return. As of now, Chris Jericho's AEW contract has expired, so he is free to do as he wishes in wrestling. Personally, I'd like to see him go to TNA just to see how that would fit. Considering there was a rumor back in, I want to say it was like 2011, 2012, he was meant to come in, but he never did, because he re-signed with WWE. But, I feel like Jericho is destined for one last WWE run, and then get retired by Gunther, because he's going to be the new legend killer, which I am all for. And seeing Jericho, have one last run in WWE, I'd be all for. Number 4, TNA does good, consistent numbers on AMC. Now, starting the 15th of this month, TNA is going to show their Impact programming on the AMC channel and streaming. And, this is a much bigger channel than they've had for the last couple years. Biggest since their Spike TV days, which is awesome. And I just like to see more people check out TNA. Because, honestly, I'm a TNA kid. I wasn't there within the first years when they were doing penny pay-per-views. I was there for some very early stuff on Spike, including the Big Rana off the cage and all kinds of other stuff. So I'd like to see them do well consistently and keep fans invested. Number 3, more interpromotional crossovers. I've been digging all the crossovers between like CMLL, AEW, New Japan, Noah and WWE a little bit, but not so much right now. AAA being bought by WWE, NXT and TNA. I'd like to see a little bit more. Like, let's get a little crazy. let's go, I don't know, AEW guys going to the Crash promotion or something. Like something really big like that. Number 2, keeping Kenny Omega far, far away from the Don Callis family. And minor spoiler alert, they kind of started this with this past Wednesday with a Kenny MJF story, which I am all for. But yeah, Don Callis family has pretty much been a thorn in Kenny Omega's side for like 2+ years now. It's time for the Callis family to pick other targets. Maybe go for the trios title. I'd be all for that. And yeah, it's time for Kenny Omega and the Callis family to just separate, do their own thing. And number 1, WWE cutting Brock Lesnar. Now, I know what you say. Oh, he's a draw. I don't care. I have not been interested in Brock Lesnar matches since WrestleMania 35. When Seth Rollins beat him. And I was there for that. That should have been the end. That should have been it. But then he just kept going. And like a month later, he was Universal Champion again. Tell the same story with Seth. Him winning the Royal Rumble in 2023, I think it was. To set up another WrestleMania match with Roman. I'm tired of Brock Lesnar. I don't need to see him again in wrestling in 2026. And hope against hope, his last match is in Minnesota at SummerSlam. And we can get back to focusing on the current crop of talent, which, honestly, there's a ton of good talent in WWE right now, if they don't release them. And just having Brock Lesnar take their spots just feels like it's such a step backwards. Like, Brock has pretty much done it all in WWE right now. He doesn't need more accolades. He doesn't need more titles. He's just boring as a character, and he's kind of devolved into a suplex F5 artist, which is 3 less than what Cena had. So, yeah, I'm kind of done with Brock Lesnar. I don't find him exciting anymore. Let's just let him go into the sunset and, you know, be there for his child. So, yeah, that is it for me. I hope you all enjoyed my 2026 Pro Wrestling Wishlist. Let me know what you think about my list, and let's see in the comments your Pro Wrestling Wishlist / predictions for 2026. Regular videos come back on Monday. Till next time, happy wrestling, everybody. Peace.